What's your name?
Brian Koval.
What's your name?
Katie.
What's your online gamer tag?
BoshNRoll.
What's your online gamer tag?
What?
Do you consider yourself a gamer?
In every aspect of life.
Would you consider yourself a gamer?
I had a clear purple Game Boy.
Oh yeah? What games do you play?
101 Dalmatians.
What's your history with Magic the Gathering?
I've been playing Magic the Gathering since 1997. I'm a Pro Tour competitor, a Grand Prix champion, a Star City Invitational champion, Eternal Weekend champion, and I'm an ambassador for Magic the Gathering Foundations.
Now, what is your history with Magic the Gathering?
Welcome back to the BoshNRoll channel. Normally, this channel features high-level analysis of competitive decks. Today I'm doing the exact opposite. I'm going to use the Magic the Gathering Foundations Beginner Box to teach a brand new player how to play the game. Let's see what's in this thing. The teaching starts with these demo decks. It says do not shuffle on it. I remember this. I came into Magic through a product called Portal way back in the late 90s, and they did this here too. This deck is stacked, meaning this is the order the cards come in, and you're not supposed to shuffle it because when you use this quick start guide, it's going to tell you exactly what to do on your first turn and hold your hand through the entire first game. It knows what cards you're going to draw each turn. It knows how much mana you'll have access to. This is a completely on-rails experience just to get the feel in your hand of what a Magic game should look like. Then on the other side of the table, the Vampires deck, that's your opponent, and they get the same treatment. The Quick Start guidebooks even tell you what your opponent will do on each of their turns. You can't mess this up. When you're ready to leave the on-rails experience and try a real Magic game for yourself, the box also comes with 8 packs of Jumpstart. Jumpstart is another product where each pack has a theme, and you shuffle 2 packs together and you have a deck. All the lands, creatures, and spells you need are included in the pack. If I were to shuffle Elves and Inferno together, I would have an Inferno Elves deck. And then you can separate them and shuffle Inferno in with the Undead. You could try Healing and Pirates. This product takes away the need to build a deck on your own, but you do get to try a bunch of different strategies in different colors and see how they work together. Once you're at this level, the rules reference guide can answer any questions you have, and these awesome little cards tell you what you need to do every turn. Just follow the steps and you'll be playing Magic in no time. Let's get my opponent in here and put this to the test. Vampires, your cats. We can move these aside now. Okay, you can bring your book right to the middle. Okay, your first turn.
I need to draw 7 cards, don't I?
Yep, we both need to draw 7 cards.
Okay. And I can look at them.
Yep.
1.
I'm going to go first because the book says vampires go first. Normally we would randomize that somehow.
Okay.
Okay, beginning phase. I have no cards to untap, and I don't draw a card this turn. The player who goes first doesn't draw a card. Main phase, play a land. Main phase, play a land, and then I'm going to pass the turn, and it's your turn.
So I play a land.
You get to draw a card first.
Oh, I draw another one.
Yep.
Okay.
And then just follow the steps in your book.
Play a land.
Okay, so that's a creature. It'll go up in this creature zone, and it costs 1 white, so you tap your land. And tapping it shows that it's been used this turn, and you can't use it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I need, or that stays the same?
Yep, that hasn't changed yet. And creatures can't attack the turn they come in. It'll be ready to fight next turn.
Okay.
So now it's my turn. I draw a card. I have another swamp. And I'm going to play a Vampire Interloper. This creature has what's called flying, which means only other flying creatures can block it. It also can't block, which means it's basically going to attack every turn. And then it's your turn. Yep, every turn starts with untap and draw.
My Savannah Lions is attacking you.
Okay, so to announce it as an attacker, tap it. This creature can't block, so I just have to take 2 damage. It attacks for 2, I go to 18 life.
Savannah Lion has power 2. It deals 2 damage, reducing their life total to 8.
18. Or were we supposed to start at 10?
Oh, it does say 8.
Okay. All right, well, change that to 10. Okay, you're at 10, I'm at 8.
Oh.
Yep, you hit me.
Alright, it is your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna untap, and I draw a card. I'm gonna play my land for the turn. Okay, my Vampire Interloper is going to attack. You can only block it if you have a creature with flying.
Okay, so...
Nothing untaps here, so leave those where they were.
Oh, okay.
Creatures don't have to tap to block. That's the only thing they can do for free. So you just...
Oh, okay. My Sky Hunter is blocking it.
Okay, so kind of push that forward to show that that's happening. Okay. So you're blocking.
Okay.
This has 2 power. This has 2 toughness. This has 2 power. This has 1 toughness. They both deal 2 damage to each other, and they both die.
Okay.
And they go to the graveyard when they die. And then I'm going to spend 2 colorless and a black for Vampire Spawn. And this has an ability when it shows up. When this creature enters, each opponent loses 2 life, and I gain 2 life. So that goes straight over there. You go down 2, I go up 2. And that's my turn.
Okay. Untap your tapped cards. Do I untap creatures or
Yep.
no?
Everything untaps.
Everything untapped. What's a cat token?
Oh, it's this.
Oh,
Here, you can put it into play.
what does this do?
It's a creature, but it's not a card. So once it's in play, it's just a 1/1 creature. It can attack, it can block. But if it would go to the graveyard, it just disappears instead.
Oh, can things come back from the graveyard?
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, and it says skip attack. Alright, my turn is done.
Okay, yep, because this only has 2 power and I have 3 toughness. I would just kill your guy for free if you tried to attack me right now.
How does this fraction work again?
It's not a fraction.
Well,
It's,
yeah, like a ratio.
it's power and toughness. The power is how hard it hits, and the toughness is how much it takes to kill it.
So I hit with 2, but it can survive 3, so I
Yes.
would lose.
Yep, you would just die. Yep.
Okay.
And damage goes away at the end of the turn. So my thing would be back to 2/3, and you would just lose your creature for no reason.
Okay.
Okay, it's my turn. Draw a card. I'll play my land for the turn. And I'm going to play a Highborn Vampire. This is a 4/3. A big heckin' unit. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So this activated these 2, but I'm not actually playing this one. I'm playing these 2.
So you played this, and it has what's called an Enters ability, which happens right away when it shows up. And then you get to make these, or any 2 creatures, bigger. So you did play this, but it affected these.
Okay.
And that's forever. Those are just bigger now.
Okay. Oh, and it looks like Prideful Parent is attacking. It says if a creature with Vigilance attacks, it doesn't tap. This means it survives. It will be available to block on your opponent's turn.
Right. Yeah. Vigilance is the ability this has, which means it's allowed to attack and block in the same turn. Tapped creatures can't block, but untapped creatures can. All right. Yeah.
My life total is reduced to 7.
Oh, hold on. That doesn't happen until my turn.
Really? Oh, okay.
Oh, you're reading my page.
Oh.
Yeah, it gives you both sides of
Okay.
the script.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay.
So I am not going to block. I'll take 3 damage and go to 7. Okay. Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. Untap my cards. Draw. I have another swamp. 5 of these now. Okay. This is a new card type called an enchantment, and this one specifically is an aura. This says enchant creature on it, which means when I play it, I put it on a creature that I have. That's represented like this. And this creature gets +2/+1 and menace. Menace means you have to block it with at least 2 creatures if it attacks.
Okay.
If you're going to block it. And then I'm going to attack you with my 6/4 that you have to block with 2 if you're going to block it at all.
Highborn Vampire has power 6. Due to Untamed Hunger, it deals 6 damage to you, reducing your life total to 2.
Okay, so you go to 2
Why am I going to 2?
because you were at 8 and you took 6 damage.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Where's the 6 damage? Where do you get that from?
It's a 4 and it's getting +2/+1, so it's a 6/4 as long as it has Untamed Hunger on it.
Okay.
And that's the end of my turn.
How do I tell you that I'm choosing Highborn Vampire as the spell's target?
You put your spell on the table and point at my creature. Just let me know. Okay, so that exiles target creature or enchantment. And you're exiling my Highborn Vampire?
Yeah, so that goes into your graveyard and this goes into my graveyard.
So that says exile, which is like a super graveyard.
Okay.
So you asked earlier, do cards come back from the graveyard? Yes, they do, pretty regularly. Like
Okay.
as the game gets more complicated, exile means those things don't work on them anymore.
dead.
It's like
Okay.
completely excommunicated from existence.
Where do I put this?
That goes to your graveyard.
It still goes to the graveyard.
Your spell does. My creature gets exiled. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And auras that have nothing to attach to die automatically.
Okay.
So that goes away there. Exile, graveyard.
Okay. Attacking with multiple creatures can be daunting for an opponent. I don't understand what am
Okay.
I attacking?
You're attacking me.
Uh-huh.
So I have a 2/3 creature.
Oh, there's another line here.
Okay,
I saw the
gotcha.
red and I thought that was you. Okay.
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 One of those has vigilance. The other 2 have to tap when they attack. Okay, so you're attacking me with 3 things.
Okay.
I only have 1 blocker. Okay, I'm supposed to block Felidar Savior with Vampire Spawn. But I have a trick. This is an instant. It's a card I can cast even on your turn. Target creature gets -2/-2, and I gain 2 life. So you have a 3/2, getting -2/-2, making it a 1/0, and any creature with 0 toughness dies.
Okay. So this goes to the graveyard?
That dies, and I gain 2 life.
Okay.
Okay, now we deal combat damage. Prideful Parent has power 3, and it wasn't blocked, which means I take 3 and go to 6 from that one. Felidar Sovereign was blocked by Vampire Spawn. They each have power 2, and they each deal damage to each other. But they both have 3 toughness, so neither of them die. This deals 2 to your 3, you deal 2 to my 3. They touch butts. That's what I call that all the
Okay.
time. But there's more going on here, because your creature has lifelink, which means any damage it deals also gains you that much life. So these touch butts, and you gain 2 life.
They kind of just like Uno reversed each other.
Yeah, neither of them are big enough to kill each other. They just kind of smash into each other, then go back to their separate corners. But your creature has a lifelink, which is this word here, which means you do get something out of that exchange at least, but I don't.
Okay.
All right, and then when combat's over, you can bring your creatures back into their row. They stay tapped, or the one that was tapped stays tapped. Okay. 6th turn and beyond. The next step. Congratulations and welcome. Now that you've finished this game and learned the basics. So that was the demo part. Let's continue playing off the rails.
Okay.
So it's my turn. I untap.
Okay.
Draw. I'm going to play Blood Tithe Collector. It's a 3/4 flying. When this enters, if an opponent lost life this turn, they have to discard a card. But you haven't lost any life. So it's just a 3/4 flying. I'll pass the turn to you.
So I always draw a card.
You always untap and draw a card. That's how turns start.
Untap all my planes.
All your planes and your tapped creatures. Everything wakes up.
So these are both creatures. These are both things. This isn't like one thing that affects a creature. They're both
these
things.
are both their own things.
They're both their
There's
own things.
There's a 2/3 on the ground and a 3/4 flying.
Okay. So
Is that the card you meant to play?
yeah, because it has a 4/4 and that's bigger than 2/3.
Okay. So this costs white, and 2.
Oh,
Okay.
I thought I misinterpreted that as 2 white. 2 whites.
Right. It's total. It is this, and this for
Okay.
4 total.
And then this is that.
Yep.
This was a really interesting mistake for me to see happen as a longtime Magic player. Katie thought the 2 white in Giselle Goldmane's mana cost meant it costs 2 and they both have to be white. That's not how mana costs work. It is all of them. It's 2 and 2 white. However, in the early testing of Magic the Gathering before the game ever went to print, what Katie thought the mana system worked like is how it actually did work. This is a Gamma playtest card from 1992. Magic the Gathering came out in 1993. And the dragon cost 6 RR. It didn't cost 8 in playtesting, it cost 6 and 2 had to be red. And then when Alpha came out, this same card ended up costing 4 red instead of 6 and 2 have to be red. And it's just cool that it came up that Richard Garfield's original vision for the mana system is how a new player, or at least this new player, interpreted the numbers. And you can still play Shivan Dragon in Foundations today. What a great card.
This is just a creature, so you play it with your other creatures.
Okay.
It doesn't show up and immediately cancel out one of mine.
Okay.
It hangs out on the board.
Okay.
And now we're kind of just doing math, where you have a 3/3. If you attack with this, I can block with my 3/4 and your thing dies.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 2/3. We could touch butts, but you gain 2 life. Or I could eat it with this one.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 1/1 that's going to die if it goes anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to attack every turn. And you have this giant 4/4 now
Mm-hmm.
with an ability.
Mm-hmm.
Attacking creatures you control get +X until end of turn, where X is the number of attacking creatures. So that means if you attack with everything next turn, and then activate that ability, all your creatures get +4/+4. So they'll be huge.
Attacking creatures you control. I don't understand why I would want to wait until next turn versus do it this turn.
For 2 reasons. A creature that's just summoned has summoning sickness and it can't attack yet.
Oh, okay.
The other reason, that ability costs 5 and you only have 1 mana right now.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Can I not just tap this?
The tapped lands mean they're used. You don't get to keep using them.
Oh, so I had to use these just to get him on the board, and now I need 5 more to make him do his thing.
Yeah, so they'll untap next turn, and you can use it then.
Oh, okay. That was not clear to me up until now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's like a multi-turn plan kind
I get
of
it
thing.
now. Okay. That they tap and untap and...
Right. You only get to use it once per turn.
Okay, I get it.
Cool.
All right, I'm done.
All right. I'll go to my turn. I hope this is a good card, because that Johnny's going to mess me up. Okay. I've got these Crossway Troublemakers. This is a 5/5. Attacking vampires I control have Death Touch and Lifelink. That means that when they deal damage, I gain that much life. And Death Touch is, if it deals damage to anything, that thing dies.
Okay.
Just creatures, not players. So, oh, you have a first strike creature. First strike means that it deals its damage first. So, my lifelink and Death Touch won't matter if your creature has first strike. Okay,
Okay.
I'm going to attack you with this 3/4 flying, and while it's attacking, it has Death Touch and Lifelink.
Now I play?
I'm attacking you.
Mm-hmm.
This creature has flying. You don't have any creatures with flying,
No.
which means you can't block it.
Okay.
So you would announce that you have no blocks.
Okay, I have no blocks.
Okay, and then you take 3 damage, and because it has lifelink, I gain 3 life. It's 9-1. But this Ajani is scary. I will pass the turn to you.
Okay. So I need to
This has been in the wrong zone for like 100 years.
Okay. So if I attack with if I attack with this guy, does he attack all 3 of those, or I have to pick one?
So you attack me.
Okay.
Right. So the creatures don't attack each other directly.
Okay.
You just attack me. And I decide which of my creatures are going to
Okay.
try to save me. And remember, Johnny has this big crazy ability.
Who's Johnny?
Oh, sorry. That's Jazal. Sorry. Ajani is the cat lord. This is Ajani.
Okay.
I assume that's who is in your deck. Jazal. Sorry. I think that's Ajani's son. So Jazal has this ability that the more creatures you attack with, the better his ability gets. And it costs 5. Now it's time to do some math. I know, your favorite. So if you attacked with 1, 2, 3, 4, and then activated Ajani, they would all get +4/+4, which means your smallest cat would be 5/5. This one would be 8/8, 6/7 with lifelink, and this one would be 8/8 first strike. That means even your smallest creature kills my biggest one,
Okay.
and I'm at 9 life, which means if I block your 2 biggest creatures, I'm still going to take 5 + 6. I'm still taking 11 from all the other ones.
Okay.
So you can just win right now.
Oh, okay. I was looking at, I got an aura card, but it says enchanted creature can't attack or block, and I can't imagine why I would want to use that on one of my guys or on myself. Can I put that on you?
Right. It enchants a creature. You can pick a creature to affect with that.
Any of them, including
creature,
yours.
Yep.
Oh, well, it sounds like I don't need to do that anyway because the math is going to work out for
Right.
So I attack with all 4?
Right. So
Or just
let's
Johnny?
Okay. Yeah, Johnny. So you have to attack first because this gives a bonus equal to the number of attacking creatures.
Okay.
This is a little tricky in the rules.
Okay.
So you would want to announce your attack. So attack me with all your creatures first.
Don't I need to
Nope.
tap? Oh, because I'm not putting anybody out there. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, that's already
so,
there.
I'm attacking with all of them.
Yep. Tap the ones that don't have vigilance. You can do this whenever you want,
Mm-hmm.
which means you could wait to see how I block, or you could just do it now. It's up to you. It's usually better to wait.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to block Jazal with my little vampire spawn, and Prideful Parent with my 5/5 Troublemakers. Now, before damage, you can use effects, like the one Jazal has.
Okay. How do I do that?
What does it cost?
5.
Okay, so spend your 5.
Oh, now I do it.
Yep.
Okay.
And then your creatures, because you have 4 attacking creatures,
Uh-huh.
all your creatures get +4/+4.
Okay.
So that's 5 and 6, and I'm at 9. So I
Sorry.
take 11, and I'm dead.
And I would be up at 12.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're also
But I'm
dead.
already
So,
dead.
yeah.
Good game.
Yay.
You did it. You played your first game of Magic.
Yes.
Did that make some sense?
Yeah, I had some moments.
Yeah, it's complicated, and I'm actually impressed how much they put into these little fake
Yeah,
game decks. Like,
yeah.
there's a lot of different abilities here.
I was curious if this would be like Magic for preschoolers with like 2 words on each card.
No, they really
It's
soften you up here. Let me
Yeah.
stop this video.
Are there unicorns in any of them?
If there are any horses or unicorns, they're probably in the white deck. Those tend to be white creatures.
Okay, I'll do elves and healing.
Okay, Elves and healing. So this little face card is not actually a card.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to take that out.
Okay.
The important things to remember here
Mm-hmm.
is now you have a 2-color deck, where before you had a 1-color deck, which means
I have to pay attention to the costs.
yeah, to pay your green cards, you need a forest.
Okay.
To pay your white cards, you need a plains,
Okay.
and the colorless number can be whatever you got.
Okay.
And then you just shuffle these together.
So many cards.
It's still way smaller than a magic deck.
Oh.
So you're an elves healing deck. We'll put this over here. And I'll be undead wizards.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll showcase this cool box.
I'm gonna see how I can't shuffle.
It gives validity to the exercise. You're healing elves. I'm undead wizards.
I shuffle like a baby.
I'm a little baby.
A little baby.
Yep.
Like I just learned how to use my hands. Oh no,
There we
don't
go.
look.
My carefully placed set is all over the place now. There we go. Terrifying.
Am I gonna break them?
It'll be fine. I don't care that much about these cards.
Okay.
Putting sleeves on cards makes them easier to shuffle and protects them and makes them splooge proof. That's what that's about. To decide who gets to go first, we're gonna roll a die.
Okay.
4, 20. Okay. You get to go first.
Okay. So I take 7.
7. And this little card next to you reminds you of the phases of every turn. And there's something you're allowed to do now, once you get your 7 cards, called a mulligan. If your hand looks terrible, like it's
As if I would know.
if it's like all green cards with only plains,
Mm-hmm.
so you can't actually cast anything,
Okay.
you're allowed to shuffle your hand back in
Okay.
and draw 7 again. And when you keep that hand, you have to put one of the cards to the bottom of your deck. So you only get 6 cards.
Okay.
That's the punishment of mulliganing.
Okay.
Does your hand look okay?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Great.
Okay. I'm done.
What does that card cost?
1.
And
Oh, God. I keep thinking that's one thing. Okay. Never mind.
yeah, that's total.
That's total. Okay. Can I put multiple lands down?
Nope.
Oh.
1 per turn.
Then I'm done.
Okay. All right. Draw. I have this Uncharted Haven. When it comes into play, I choose a color, and it taps for that color. I'm going to say black.
Is that for the rest of the game now?
Yep. That's a black land for the rest of the game.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay.
You had a creature you could play. Did you decide not to do that? The thing you tried to play last turn?
Oh. I can only play it that whatever I have enough for here. I can't like throw multiple down if I don't have
Yeah,
enough.
you get to use
Okay.
each land once per turn.
Oh, okay. Let me see which one's better.
Okay, there you go. Now you're thinking. Now we're gaming.
I don't know what this means.
Okay, so once this is in play, you could tap it for a green mana. It basically works how a forest works, but it's also a creature.
That's confusing.
It's cool. And tap your lands when you play a spell. Perfect. So that's a 2/2 lifelink. Go to my turn. I have an island, and I'm going to play this Mystic Archaeologist. It's a 2/1, and for 5 mana, I can draw 2 cards. Your turn.
So this is how much it costs to put it on the board. Is it the same cost to like use it against you?
Nope. Once it's there, you can attack with it once per turn.
Once per turn. So I can just like attack that guy.
You attack me.
Attack you.
You
with,
just tap your creature and say, I'm attacking you.
I'm attacking you.
So my choice is here. You have a 2/2. I have a 2/1.
Mhm.
I could block and they would both die, unless you have a trick, which is very sneaky. So I'm not going to block.
Okay.
If you don't have any tricks, if there's an instant in your hand that can make your creature bigger, that's something you could do now. But if you just say, okay, take damage, I will lose 2 life. That's up to you. You don't have to do it.
Could I do that?
This is called an artifact. We haven't learned about those yet. This is what it costs to play.
Okay.
You can't do it. You can't do it now. All right. So it costs this to play, and then it costs this to equip. So you have to spend 2 to get it into play, then another 2 to put it on a creature, and then all its effects will take place.
All right.
So that
Lame.
one's a lot slower.
All right. Well, this is it.
Okay. I take 2, and because it has lifelink, you gain 2.
I gain 2.
Yeah.
So, I'm not, how do I show 22?
We need more dice.
I'll just hold 2 fingers like this.
I'll be right back. Okay. Do you have any spells to play after combat? You get another chance to cast creatures or other things. You could still play a land if you have one.
Might as well.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm done.
So I happen to know, based on what you've revealed to me, that you have a creature that costs 1 green and an equipment that costs 2 colorless in your hand. You could play both of those right now, or you could play a different card that costs a total of 3.
I could put this down because it just takes 2 of any.
Yep. And you have that elf you showed me.
Oh, I can just keep putting stuff down.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Yep.
What's the point of turning these when I just put these down and now my turn's over?
What do you mean?
I'm just gonna like unturn these now. Like,
Right, but if you had a trick on my turn, now I know that you don't have mana to trick me. Like the instance that we talked about that you could play on my turn.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to think about what you might
If
have.
I untap these, that could tell
Right.
you that I have something here that I'm gonna.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you have to tap them because that indicates they've been used already. You spent these 2 on this, you spent this one on this.
Okay.
But yeah, white and green are both known for having tricks where the sides of your creature might change if I try to do something to it.
Okay.
But now I know I don't have to worry about that because your mana's tapped.
Okay.
Okay.
But if I like untap it, that could mean
Right, like if
going into your turn, I could have things.
Yeah, like if you didn't play this and you just played this, I have to think about everything that a white or a green mana could represent. Like your creature could get bigger, you could hurt my creature.
Okay.
There's all sorts of tricks that could represent.
Okay. So should I leave these tapped or untap them?
You tap them because you played these.
Okay.
Did that make sense?
Kind of.
Okay. All right, I'll go to my turn. I'm going to attack you with my 2/1 creature.
So
You have the choice to take 2 damage, or you could block with your 1/1 creature.
why would I block with my 1/1 if I have the 2/2?
The 2/2's tapped. Tapped creatures can't block.
Oh, can I untap him and retap him?
No. You chose to attack with him on your turn, which means he's not available to block this turn.
Oh, okay.
Right. You have this creature that's able to block, or
Okay.
you could just take 2 damage. It's up to you.
Alright.
So you don't have to tap to block. You could just indicate that you're blocking,
Okay.
but I have a trick.
Great.
Fleeting distraction. Target creature gets -1/-0 until end of turn, and I draw a card. That makes your Llanowar Elf a 0/1. So it does not deal 1 damage. It deals 0, but it still takes 2. So, no, your life total's fine, but your Llanowar Elf is dead.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, if you block, you don't take the damage. But if you don't block, you can't get tricked.
Do I untap this guy at any point?
When it's your turn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not there yet. At the start of your turn, you untap everything.
Okay.
Okay, I have a swamp. And I'm going to play Dire Graph Ghoul. It's a 2/2 that comes in tapped, which means it's not available to block right away.
That's ugly.
And it's your turn. It's a Zombo.
So I untap everything.
Yep.
Here's Johnny.
That is a Johnny. Good. The
Okay.
actual guy.
Okay.
Ooh, that's powerful here. Oh, if you have another land right now, you could use it to equip this equipment that you played last turn before you attack, which would deal extra damage to me.
Oh, you mean like an extra land in here?
Yes.
Okay, I don't.
Okay.
So can I like attack with him during my turn?
So this one just came in.
Okay.
It can attack
That's
the turn
right.
it comes in.
You said that.
This one can attack, or you can choose not to attack and leave it back to block.
Okay, I'll leave it back to block.
But there is a cool thing going on here. This guy, whenever you gain life, you put a +1 counter on it.
Yeah.
When this guy deals damage, you gain life. So if you attack me with this right now,
Uh-huh.
you will gain life, and this will be a 3/3 forever.
Oh, all right.
Okay, I take 2, and you gain 2. And then because you gained life, this gets a +1 counter. Yep, and now it's a 3/3, and my things are only 2s. I have Starlight Snare. This is an enchant creature. When this aura enters, tap the enchanted creature, and it doesn't untap. Ever.
So this guy gets tapped.
Yep.
And he doesn't untap.
Correct.
So he can only.
Can't do nothing.
He can't do nothing.
Every time you gain life, he'll keep getting bigger in case someday you remove the Starlight Snare from it, and then
Okay.
it can untap again. But right now it's frozen.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack you for 4 damage. And it's your turn.
Okay. So I untap these guys, but not him.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, it enters tapped, and you have to pick a color you want it to make.
Oh. White.
Okay.
How would I get him untapped? Like, what would feasibly happen?
There are cards that destroy an enchantment. This is an enchantment.
Yeah.
If you can destroy that enchantment, he'll untap, but for now, he's just stuck.
Okay.
Okay, what's this one do?
Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Then that creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls.
Yep, okay, so this is a sorcery, which means it happens once, then it goes away. It doesn't stay on it like an enchantment.
Yeah.
But this does happen. So that gets a +1 counter, and who's it gonna bash?
Oh, I have to pick a target. Okay. So the 1/1 goes down here.
Yes, that's a 3/3 now.
Okay. This guy's weaker.
Okay. So this takes damage
Okay.
equal to its power. And there's a cool thing here, because this has lifelink. Any damage it deals gains you life.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets to bash this for 3, and you gain 3 life. Yep. And then the sorcery goes to your graveyard, and then you can still attack with that.
I'm attacking.
Okay. I can't block. I take 3, and you gain another 3 because of lifelink.
Okay. That's 6.
All right. And you've played a land already, so that's probably the end of the turn. All right.
Okay.
You also gained life twice this turn, so you could put 2 +1 counters on that.
On the lion?
Yep.
Okay.
You gained life twice. With this gained life and the attack gained life.
Oh.
So he's just getting bigger.
Okay.
Right.
Would the card like explicitly say if it undoes enchantments?
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
It would say like destroy target enchantment.
Okay, I get it.
Yep.
Okay.
Draw for my turn. I have an Uncharted Haven. This one's black, this one's blue. And
And you just have to like remember that?
you could put like a die on it or something if you wanted to. But
Oh, okay.
that's what I'm doing. Alright, I'm gonna play this Crow of Dark Tidings. When this enters or dies, I mill 2 cards. Milling is putting cards straight from your deck into your graveyard. So I mill 2 here.
And the idea is you hope you're just like yeeting shitty cards?
That could be part of it. There's also stuff that happens from the graveyard, like this one. I can pay 1 and a black to return this card from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped.
Gotcha.
So in the future, that's kind of like I just drew this card into my hand because it works in the graveyard.
Gotcha.
That's zombie stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm gonna attack. Fuck, here we go. We ball. I'll attack you for 2.
What do you mean?
I'm attacking you for 2. Okay, then it's
Okay.
your turn.
Okay. This guy stays tapped.
No, it untaps now.
Oh, it untaps.
It comes in tapped, and
Okay.
now it's just a land that
Okay.
goes for white.
Do I untap this guy?
Yep.
But not him.
Correct.
Okay. Whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. So
Okay.
I gain 1 life anytime I add another creature?
I am not gonna block. I take 3. I go to 10.
Okay.
And you gain 3 from lifelink. And because you gained life, your Johnny's Pride Mate gets a +1 counter. The biggest sleepy boy. Okay, I'll go to my turn.
Okay.
I am gonna pass the turn.
Okay.
Okay, what's that do?
It can block creatures with flying, and it has death touch, so any amount of damage this deals to a creature is enough to destroy it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
And a creature just entered.
okay. I get 1 life.
Yep.
So I go with the 8.
And something else happens when you gain life.
That guy gets another one.
There we go.
Jesus.
Now we're gaming.
Okay.
That just came in.
Oh.
So it's just a creature. It's chilling.
Okay. Okay.
All right. What do you want to do? You want to attack me?
Oh, I just can't attack with him.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. The other creatures have been around. Okay, that costs 2 to activate, to equip. So spend the 2 mana. You have it. You just have to tap.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. Okay. So this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A 5/3 with first strike and lifelink. I am going to destroy target creature. Kill that shit.
Both of them?
Just this.
Oh.
Equipments fall off. They just like lay on the battlefield if their holder dies. So you can put that on someone else next turn.
Okay.
That's not tapped. I'll go to my turn. I go to Swamp. I'm going to play Clinquant Sky Mage. Whenever I draw a card, I put a +1 counter on that.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Alright, what's that one do?
Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on this creature.
Okay.
As long as you have 25 or more life, this creature has double strike.
Ouch.
It deals both first strike and regular combat damage.
Okay. And a creature entered, so what happens?
A creature.
Your angel.
Oh. Oh, I get one here?
You gain a life.
Okay.
And then when you gain life, a couple things happen.
He gets that, and now she also gets one too?
Not her. The paladin. Whenever you gain life, put a +1 counter on this.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, does target mean opponent?
Target means you pick one. If it says target creature, you pick a creature. Target enchantment, you pick an enchantment. Target opponent, you pick an opponent.
Okay, can I enchantment this enchantment?
You spent your 4 mana already this turn, so you can't do anything right now. But we can talk about that next turn.
Okay. I'm attacking you.
That one just came in.
Oh.
Your angel or your archer can attack right now if you want to attack with one of them.
Okay. The angel.
I don't have blocks I want to make, so I'll just take 2. I'm at 8. Okay.
Okay, it's my turn again.
That was your turn. I get one now.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so I draw a card, which triggers my bird. Whenever I draw a card, it gets a +1 counter. +1. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. Johnny's got 6 on him, and I'm going to put a +1 here.
You're just jealous.
I'm a little jealous. Just trying to. That's got a +1. That's got a +1. I have this Icewind Elemental. When this enters, I draw a card, then discard a card. Discard is putting it straight from your hand to the graveyard. So I draw the Swamp, and I drew a card, so this gets another +1 counter.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So now I undo these. I get one of these. Okay, now I want to talk about, can I enchantment this enchantment?
All right, let me read this thing. Okay. So this is, when this enchantment enters, exile up to 1 target non-land permanent opponent controls until this. Yes, you can. This is not an aura. It's just a regular enchantment.
Mm-hmm.
See, this one's an aura, which means you have to put it on something.
Mm-hmm.
This you just put onto the battlefield.
Gotcha.
And then you pick something of mine to get rid of. So this
Okay.
kind of goes under here, because if I can kill this, I get this back.
This is so messy.
It's fun.
There's so much shit. Okay. So do I untap him?
Not yet.
Okay.
But another thing happens. When this enters, you
Gain
2
life.
life.
8. All right, never 11. Okay.
And what happens when you gain life?
Um,
That only has 6 sides here.
that only has 6.
Yeah, we're in the big zone. Yeah,
Okay.
so the next time you untap, which is the start of your next turn,
Uh-huh.
you'll get him back again.
Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
All right. So your mana's tapped from casting
Yeah.
your prayer.
Yeah.
You have a 5/5 with double strike right now.
Oh,
if you
okay.
want to get
Yeah.
rowdy with that.
Okay. This one?
Yep.
Okay.
I got a block because that will kill me if it hits me. I will block.
Okay.
And my zombie dies. I'll go to my turn. I draw a card. This gets a +1 counter. I'll play the Malfeld Twins. When this dies, I get 2 zombos.
Okay.
And
Now it's
I'll
mine.
pass the turn. Yep.
Okay. So we go back to here. We do this.
Remember to untap your new friend
Yeah.
and your your creature.
Okay, I'm gonna throw this plains down while I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
And then, boop.
You don't have to pay to attack. It's already in play. That's free. You can untap all your lands.
Oh, I cannot tap all of them. Sorry.
Yeah, he's already there.
Okay, attack.
All right, so this one has to tap to attack.
Okay.
Do you want to attack with anything else?
Oh, I can do more than one creature?
Yeah, you pick all your attacks at the same time. Everybody
Oh.
comes in at once.
Oh, okay. With the any reason I can't just do all of them?
You could, yeah. Go nuts, man. This isn't a creature. If you want to put that on something, here, let's back up. This is the one that gives one of your creatures +2/+0 on first strike. You have to spend 2 mana, and you can put that on whoever you want. That's smart. First strike and death touch are really good together. Spend your 2 mana to equip. There you go. Okay. Here comes the pain. Well, I'm at 8, which means I have to block this one, and I have to block this one because they'll both kill me. I'll block this and this, and I'll block this. Okay, I am ready for damage, which means I'll take 4 from first strike first, and this has double strike, which means it also does first strike damage, which kills my bird. When this dies, I mill 2. Quick Study and Exclusion Mage to the graveyard. And then regular damage. This 7 hits this 4. This 4 hits this 7. This dies. When it dies, I get 2 zombies. And this is a 4/4.
Trophy.
Yes. This is a 4/4. This is a 2/3. So my 4 hits your 3. Your 2 hits my 4. And your creature dies. Okay, I'm at 4. You're at 31. All right.
Is my turn done?
You still have cards in your hand. If you can play them, you can still do that. If not,
I
then
can play
you
either of
pass
these
the
in
turn.
my hand.
You already played a land, so if either of those are spells that cost 3 or less, you could use the rest of your mana to play them.
I'm done.
Okay. I'll go to my turn. I draw, and that makes my bird bigger.
Got a big bird.
A big harkin bird. Okay. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and play a skeleton archer. It deals 1 damage to any target. I'll do 1 to this. Not you, this creature.
What that means?
It has 1 toughness, which means it dies if 1 damage is dealt to it.
Oh.
Splat. Okay. I'm gonna attack you for 3, 8, 10. I'm gonna attack you for 10. And I'll play this Mischievous Mystic. When I draw my second card each turn, I make a fairy. And it's your turn. Oh. A 6? Oh no. That's a big dragon. Oh wow.
Whenever 1 or more creatures you control attack, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature.
Okay.
So, who do I want to give the katana to?
You don't have 2 mana to equip that right now.
Oh,
you spent it all.
Okay, so ain't that the story of my life?
Yep.
Okay, all 3 are attacking.
1 just came in.
Oh, okay. These 2.
All right, so tap them when they attack. And when they attack, you gain 1 life for each of them. Yep.
1, 2. Just put this one at 3.
Well, you gain 1 life for each of them, and then they each get a +1 counter each time you gain life. So they each get +2.
They each get plus. Okay.
I'm just gonna block. They both kill me, so off we go. My turn.
Yeah, because I can't play him because he still got just put down, or is
He's
he?
already in play.
He's
That's a 5/6 flying now on the board,
Okay.
and he gained you 2 life.
Okay.
And he's chilling. Yep.
Okay.
He can't attack.
So, yeah, I mean, I spent all my mana. I guess
Okay.
I'm done.
Cool. All right, I'll draw for my turn. This gets a +1 counter, so that's up to 5. And I can't beat this. You win. All right.
All right, you just played your first games of Magic. How do you feel about the beginner box?
I think it does a really good job of laying out the overall premise using not overly technical language, which is helpful for somebody who's coming in with like a baseline of literally 0. I thought the little handbook was helpful and it was structured well, and the pictures it used were helpful. I think by the time we got to like the second game, I had at least a surface level feel for like the pattern of the gameplay and like what steps had to happen each turn versus what steps were things that you could make a choice about. And I was able to understand for the most part, the idea of looking at how many mana you need for a card, understanding how some of the different cards can influence each other. So yeah, I mean, for like 30 minutes of experience, I think it gave me like the necessary basics where I can see, you have to understand those concepts in order to build from there. So I think it was a nice introduction. Like I said, I think it was in more novice friendly, non-technical language than other explanations I've heard from people just over the years.
How was teaching Magic using the beginner box?
It was really good. I really enjoyed the on rails scripted first game. I liked how that experience was not afraid to give us more. I was worried it would be really vanilla, but we got lifelink, first strike, flying, menace, enchant creatures, instant speed combat tricks. It was really cool. That gave a lot more than I thought it was going to. And then moving into the Jumpstart, the unscripted part where we got to try 2-color decks and mix and match, could really see the Magic experience, like the lighting up in her eyes as we did other stuff, and she started to understand how the cards work together and how the interactions layer on top of each other. And it's a lot more than the sum of its parts. That was great. It was good that there was a competent Magic player there to kind of clean up, catch some of the mistakes that were being made immediately. I would recommend that using the product, but even if it's to beginners, you will get the basics, and don't be afraid to consult the rulebook. But I was very impressed with the product.
Well, as you just saw unfold in real time, the Foundations Beginner Box helped me bring a brand new player to reasonable proficiency in just 2 games. The Jumpstart decks included in the box give us the opportunity to keep playing new decks, new strategies, different color combinations for a long time to come without ever getting anything else if we don't want to. This is a great on-ramp for new players, and I hope we get some new Magic players out in the world thanks to this existing. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast and the Magic Ambassador Program for providing this product and this platform to give this a shot. Thanks to my wonderful wife Katie for being a willing guinea pig for this project. And thank you all for watching.